Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Jody and we are doing something totally new for me, totally out of my comfort zone, but I'm taking you along, okay? I have been inspired by Molly on the laundry chat. Molly, if you happen to be watching this, you are a great inspiration. And I have wanted to go thrifting for a long time, but I am just not that person. I am not that girl, but I want to be that girl, okay? I think part of my problem is that thrifting takes patience and endurance and like in it for the long haul, and I have never been that type of shopper. I've always been a person like, let's get in and let's get what we need and let's get out type of deal, and that is how I enjoy shopping generally. But thrifting is not that way, so I just have to like change my mindset and just look at this as like an adventure to see what kind of, like, I am so inspired when I see Molly find like these deals that she's been looking for such a long time and had in mind, and she finally snags like a good deal for it, and I'm just like, I want to be that girl. Plus, I'll be honest too, my circumstances, my monetary circumstances have changed since I have quit my other job to do YouTube full time. The income just isn't there really, at least not at this point. So yeah, I have definitely needed to cut back in areas where I've had a little bit more leeway in the past. So let's get to thrifting. I've never been to this area before, so this is all new to me. I was planning on stopping at another place first, but I was coming along this route and I was like, oh, look, there's one of the stores I want to stop at. So we're just going to stop. This is a Goodwill, the first store. And like I said, I've never been here before. So I have been to Goodwills before, but not this one. So come along and let's get this adventure started. I do have, oh wait, you know what? Let's go over a quick list though first of things that I am looking for, as far as, you know, just items that I have in mind that I'm keeping my eye out for. Do I have high hopes? Not necessarily, but maybe we'll see what we can find. The first thing that I would love to find is a faux leather jacket. And I used to have one of these before. I had gotten it from Maurice's. That has been one of my like staple places to shop. I know they don't have the best quality, but I have typically liked a lot of their design, a lot of their fashion. So a lot of my closet is Maurice's clothes, I'll be honest. And like I said, the faux leather, the jacket that I had before was Maurice's, and it wasn't that great a quality. It started like the peeling on the back and everything around the neck area, and it got to be really bad, really noticeable. So I had to give it up. But I absolutely loved that jacket, but I can't find anything exactly like that online. I'll pop up some pictures though of what I'm interested in. Kind of, I want more of that darker, like neutral or cooler toned leather. I feel like maybe more of a neutral. I don't want it extremely warm and I don't want it extremely cool toned. I don't want it super skin tight, and I also don't want it like overly boxy and baggy either. The next thing that I would love to find is a long winter maxi skirt, like a plaid, like almost like a wool style. I don't know if it has to be wool, but that might be cool. I'll pop up some pictures as well of inspiration that I have of these maxi skirts. I just think that they look so warm and cozy. Like, I like to wear dresses, especially to church on Sundays and everything like that, but I like to have that dressed up look occasionally. But you know, it's pretty cold here right now. This is a heat wave that we're having today, and it's like 25, okay? So your girl needs some warm attire. Another thing that I would love to find is, I always like looking for athletic tops, and these are things I typically look for, like TJ Maxx and everything. I don't have a particular brand necessarily, but once again, I like a lot of zip up athletic tops. And then it doesn't have to be a zip up though. I have one at home. I'm not even sure of the brand, maybe Athletica. I'm, like I said, or maybe it's Dry Skin, not really sure. But it does have a hoodie. It's not a zip up, that one. It's so comfortable, it's so soft. And once again, trying to finish my thought from just a moment ago, I don't want it super tight, skin tight on me and my arms and my torso or anything like that, but I don't want it super baggy and oversized either. I'm kind of Goldilocks, you know, I want it just right. And the last item I have on my list is just kind of unique kitchen finds. And I guess what I'm thinking of more so in my head is like, I'm looking for maybe ceramic bowls, and I'm also looking for maybe like little tiny pitchers. I like to make matchas, and I like to froth up some cream and everything like that for some teas and the matchas as well. I just think that those things are so cute. And maybe little plates, little saucer like plates to display some of the desserts that I make. That might be nice as well, but I'm not really sure. Like, I don't have anything in particular in my head as to what I'm looking for, just kind of whatever like I feel like strikes me at that moment, or whatever I feel like I see that catches my interest. So I hope that explains. Now we have some shopping to do. We have a list, we have an idea. Oh, one more thing. let's try to keep this under $20. So that is my goal. We'll see how well I can stick to it, but come on, I've talked enough. I shouldn't even be looking at tank tops because I did not have anything on my list for tank tops, but here we are anyways. This is the first section I came up on. I was looking in the kitchen area and I didn't see anything there, so I have a shirt like this. Oh, it's all navy. I have a shirt like this though, but it's from Maurice's. It's t-shirt style. I came into the coats and jackets section and I thought this might be a good place to find maybe my leather jacket, my faux leather jacket, and I think I stumbled onto grandma's section here. So I'm not gonna lie, guys, this just overwhelms me. Look at all this. Both sides are mediums, and probably have to check out the smalls too because it just depends on the brand. Beautiful, the beading on there. Definitely for like prom. It's just $12.99. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's do a little voiceover during this try on haul. These blue shorts. I will say that my legs are pasty white, so please ignore that. But I like the way the shorts fit, except around the waist. They were just a little tight around the waist, and it wasn't terribly uncomfortable, but I just wasn't sure that this color, while I loved it, I wasn't sure if it would go with too much that I have already in my wardrobe. Then I tried on the black shorts, and they had like a biker short underneath, sewn into the shorts, and that was a little off-putting at first, but they fit better around the waist and everything. They had great pockets, really like that. And I do think that these went better with the rest of what I already have in my wardrobe, like I said. Moving on to this blue striped tank top. I really like this. It has a nice structure to it, a nice cut to it. I felt like that was very flattering to my shape. It wasn't tight, so it didn't hug me and show off any extra curves that I might not want of it to shown. And then I felt like you could dress this up or dress this down. I think it looked nice with these darker jeans, or I have another pair of jeans I try it on later with. I also think that it would look really good with white pants as well. So although I was not looking for tank tops really when I went to the thrift store, You know, I actually really like this one. Moving on to the next tank top, this exercise tank top. I wasn't really fond of this one. Like the two-tone look just didn't really suit me. I felt like I was wearing two different pieces of clothing kind of just meshed together, sewn together, and it wasn't really the vibe. I mean, it fit well and it probably would have been good for exercising, but I have enough exercise tank tops. I thought, you know, this probably isn't what I need to focus my money on. Let's see if we could find something better that I like better. And speaking of things that I like better, I like this blue tank top again. I One thing I am concerned about is these little tie straps that hang down. I really don't know what to do with them. I have another tank top that has these as well, and I just don't know how to wear them. But I do like the way it looks overall. I like the little ruffle sleeves. This is another one that I feel like you could dress up or dress down, all in how like the pants that you pair with it. I think a lighter wash of pants would look really good with this, a lighter wash of jeans or white jeans as well. Moving on to this next exercise top, I like the coloring of it and I like the way like the torso part of it fit, but I did not like the way the sleeves fit. They were just kind of tight. The shoulder felt okay, but the further down the length of my arm that it went, the less I liked it. Like the more tight it got, and it just really wasn't for me. I wasn't enjoying it, but it is nice, lightweight. This is something that I'm looking for in many ways, just not like the cut of the sleeves. So that was a little off-putting. I ended up not getting this one. Spoiler alert. Did not get this one. It was also a little short in the torso, not terrible. The pants I'm wearing are pretty low rise, so that kind of caused a little bit of a problem. Another exercise top that was kind of shorter than I thought it was going to be was this blue top. And I liked it in many ways, but it was just a little bit shorter than I wanted. And also, the smell of this, while it was clean, I don't know, whoever wore this had a fragrance on it, and I just did not care for it. It was very off-putting. It made me want to take this off immediately. Actually, I barely wanted to put it on in the first place. Last on the try-on haul was this vintage LL Bean sweater. Let me tell you, this reminded me of my high school days. I think this was kind of popular in my high school days, but she was heavy. She was a heavy sweater. And while I liked the way it looked on the hanger, it didn't fit the greatest on me. It was a little boxy like, and especially there's a lot of extra fabric I felt like in the underarm area, and like I said, I didn't think it was the most flattering. And I really don't need another sweater. I have too many sweaters already in my wardrobe. All right, so I did make some purchases at that Goodwill, and now we are on to the next place. And I'm parked right in front, so hopefully like I don't see anybody watching me talking to myself here in the car. You guys, I found better stuff than I was expecting, but nothing on my list really. So we'll go over more of the details at the end, but let's take a little sip of tea here. You guys, this thermos that I have keeps my tea the warmest, but I hate like the top. I always feel like I'm going to spill it out on me, and about, I would say 30% of the time I do spill it on myself when drinking out of this top, and that's being generous, like saying only 30% of the time I spill it on myself. So I need another thermos, one that keeps it warm really long, but is easier to sip out of. All right, I was actually out of that shop pretty fast. It was giving old lady vibes, but I will say like they had the most glassware I've ever seen at any kind of thrifting place that I've been to. I thought it was gonna be more clothes, and they did have some clothes, but like I said, it was mostly older lady vibes, and so the glassware was neat, but other than that, like I said, I was in and out. I didn't really see anything of that caught my eye. So on to the last one. I think this is going to be the last, and I feel like it might be, I'm hoping it might be like the most promising for having a little bit more up-to-date styles.
I've been busy.
Interesting. I kind of like it, but I don't think I'd wear it. All right, as I suspected, this store was a little bit more high-end, a little bit more pricey, but they also were a little bit more selective or a little bit better quality in general. And I'm just going through here. Apparently, I'm on the pink trend a little bit more at this store. I'm looking for some exercise tops, but also trying not to spend an arm and a leg, trying to be very budget friendly. This pink color, I absolutely love this pink color, but I just don't think it loves me back. It's too close to my color complexion. Let me know what you guys think. I just love it, but I just don't think I can wear it very well. But we all have that issue at times, I guess. That olive color is another color that I just don't think looks quite as good on me, that warmer tone. But I'm just going through here trying to find some tops, not really having the best luck, but that's okay. This is just an experience. This is a journey. As I said from the beginning, you've got to make it work with your style. If I tell myself that I need to find a particular top and I don't, then I've not enjoyed the journey and I've just made it more of a chore than it needs to be. This is supposed to be a fun exercise. This is supposed to be a time of discovery, and it is because I've never been to this place before. Not quite the color I'm looking for. A little too faux looking for me. Not quite what I'm looking for either. But it's closer than the last place. I didn't really find anything that I liked until I came to the dresses, and here I found a dress that I love, but I actually already have. And this retailed for $12.99 at this store, but I think I spent like $40 on mine. Alright, we wrapped the shopping at the last place. As I suspected, this place had a little bit more high-end, a little bit more quality pieces, and so it was one of the places that will pay you if you bring clothes in. It's not like a Goodwill where you just, they get the free stuff. And so because of that, their prices were a little bit higher, but nothing that I felt like it was very outrageous or extremely outrageous. I thought it was pretty reasonably priced, and everything was in pretty good quality, which I couldn't say the same necessarily for like Goodwill. Now, I didn't try on any clothes in this last spot because I was just trying to tighten the rein as far as what I was spending. I didn't find anything on my list, but I did try on a pair of Asics shoes that I really, really liked. I really love the color of them. I like the feel of them, but I don't really need the pair of shoes. I have another pair of tennis shoes that are still in good shape and I don't really need them. Maybe if my husband and I come here again sometime, he will splurge on them for me if they're still here, but at this point I don't need them. It's fine. But let's do a clothes haul, what I did pick up, and that was all at the first place, the Goodwill. So the first one I got was this little tank set, this little dressy set. It was for $3.09. I just thought you can't beat this price, and I'm really happy with it. Blue is such a good neutral color that I feel like you can work with anyone pretty much, especially a dark blue, and blue of any color pretty much looks good on me, I feel like. So I think I could dress this up, dress this down. I'm really looking forward to trying this or to using this later in the summer. Obviously I can't do it now while it's like 25 degrees. Another summer piece that I got, I was not expecting to pick up summer pieces, was this lighter blue tank top. I really like this one. This is, once again, is one of those that you can dress up or dress down. I feel like pair this with a pair of darker pants or white pants, and this would just look really good, really classy, I feel like. Now the last thing I ended up purchasing was the black shorts. I chose the black ones. I was debating between either of them. I said, Jody, you don't need both. And the black ones really just went with more of the clothes that I had. And the more that I wore these, the less like the biker shorts bothered me. It was just like initially when I put them on, I was like, ooh, this feels funny. But once I wore these, I was like, you know what? These will go with a lot of the exercise tanks that I already have in my dresser. And so I'm just like, these are going to be the better pair. I feel like they're going to be more versatile for me. So that is my haul. That is my first attempt at really seriously trying to thrift. I'll tell you though, it has been, what time is it? It's 12:29, so I've been doing this for about 2 hours, and we're pretty much at my limit, okay? I'm not kidding when I said I'm like a get in and get out type of girl, but I actually had fun doing this. I didn't press myself, I didn't push too hard, and I think that's part of the reason why I did have fun. It wasn't super pressurized, like I have to get this, I have to find this. And it's not one of those things that I have to do this all day type of deal. I didn't purchase anything that was actually on my list, but I did get some good pieces that I'm happy about. And that's the fun of it. I didn't spend too much. What was my total actually? My total was $11.28. So I can live with that. I can do that. Normally, like one of these pieces would be more than $11.28, and I got 3 pieces. So I'm happy with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you maybe to step out of your comfort zone, try something different. It doesn't have to be thrifting, but like I said, this is out of my comfort zone. This isn't an area where I feel like I excel, but I still made it work for me, and I enjoyed myself. So I hope you did too. And until I see you again in the next video, have a wonderful day. Bye, friends.